Hello users, and welcome back to Above It All. In this video, I want to take a little bit of time. I saw this thread going around, and I'm familiar with a few of these stories. And so I want to take a little bit of time to tell you, never, and I mean ever, will you ever speak to the police. The Fifth Amendment exists. Never say a word to cops without a lawyer present. If police fucking knock on your door, look through the little thing. If they don't show you a warrant, ignore them, okay? Like look through the window, whatever, peephole, whatever. If they don't show you a warrant, ignore them. Don't talk to them. Don't say, I'm busy. Just pretend they don't exist. Police will always lie. They will always lie. That's what they do. They're police. They are trained to lie. Again, I've said this before. They are trained to maximize damage to human life and to protect rich people's property. That's what they are for. So they will do whatever they can to maximize damage to human life, and that includes lying. So I just got a few tweets here. Basically, this is just a cringe comp, so to speak, of cops lying. And I saw this circulating on Twitter, and I thought it was relatively good information. So I'm just going to read out all these tweets here, and then I'll tell you what I know about the stories. And, if any related context. The U.S. Park Police now admits to using tear gas on peaceful protesters, reversing their earlier statement lying about it, and in contrast to public interviews given by Trump and the press secretary. I made a video about this one. There's, video evidence of them fucking gassing people. And then Trump is like, no gas. Believe me, many people are telling me there was no gas. I didn't see gas. I saw no gas. So if I saw no gas, there must be no gas. Believe me. It's beautiful, it's tremendous. Now let me hold my Bible. So it's like one of those things where it's like, it's really strange. And I made a video about that. Go watch that if you want to get a full roundup. Update. DoorDash tells New York One that the delivery worker whose arrest was captured on video was on the job, refuting what police sources told NY1 earlier in the day. So I believe this is like when police assaulted a delivery person. Like someone's literally just doing their job, trying to give someone a pizza, right? In this fucking hellhole of a society that we live in, what little, right? Like, is there nothing sacred? Like, can we no longer order pizza in New York and then just try to, eat away our fucking problems? Is nothing sacred anymore? Apparently not. And of course, these are all situations this is why you need to film police. You always, don't fuck around. Always film police. If you're anywhere where you can stop, and if there's a police interaction with someone else, if you can stop, record them. You never know when you're going to be saving someone's life. Look at all these viral videos that have gone around where it's just someone stopped and recorded someone being murdered, and then, or recorded someone and then police didn't murder them. It's you never know when you can save someone's life, And especially, again, cops are going to lie. They're going to lie about everything, so record that shit. A Buffalo police statement. I made a video about this. This is the 75-year-old man being pushed to the ground. Go watch that video. I got extremely upset. Probably one of my most actually very angry, visceral outrage in that video that I've ever done. A Buffalo police statement initially said that a man was injured when he tripped and fell during a skirmish involving protesters. That language only amplified criticism, as the video soon showed it was false. Again, this is someone who's tripped and fall when they got fucking pushed by a fucking police officer. I don't know why my webcam is doing that weird fade thing, but if that's even being recorded, I don't know, but it's freaking out on my display. But either way, again, they will lie. They will always lie. Every single time they file a report, they lie. They will never tell the truth. There is no incentive for them to tell the truth. That's the thing. They are paid to lie. They are trained to lie, right? Why would they not lie? It's if you train a dog, right, to fucking bark every time you snap, right? If you start snapping along to a song, you can't get mad that the dog starts barking. That's what you trained them to do. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things. The Rolex store is empty, a police source said. They stole 2.4 million in Rolexes. Remember that? I remember this. But the store spokesman said no watches of any kind were stolen, as there weren't any on display in the store. There were simply windows broken and some vitrines. I don't know what a vitrine is. And some vitrines smashed. So again, this one I think is a little bit more you can give some benefit of the doubt if police go in and there's nothing on display, because they had the idea to remove display items before a potential issue. I can kind of understand that, But again, you'd think they would look into it. You'd think they'd look at security camera footage. You'd think they would do all this stuff, but of course they're not. It's one of those things that at face value you can kind of see how it could be a mistake, but it's like if you know the inner machinations of how these police departments work, there's really no reason for them to have made this mistake. They could have very easily looked at some sort of footage. They could have verified this extremely easily. So yeah, here we go. Here's some more. I have not seen this one. This is a case I'm unfamiliar with. At approximately 8:08 p.m. on Tuesday, June 2nd, in the area near 6th and McKinley, an individual threw a Molotov cocktail at uninformed. I thought that said uninformed. It should, but it doesn't. At uniformed police officers. Thankfully, it did not ignite. If anyone has information regarding this incident, they're asked, please, to call MPD. All right, this is a water bottle, by the way. This is a literal water bottle. Like, it's just... Jesus Christ. Also, after watching the video several times, the object highlighted by Milwaukee police in this edited video as an incoming object, center bottom of the screen, actually came from the officer's own weapon and fell onto the ground. That's interesting. Again, you know, I should probably, as a good YouTuber would do, send you the actual like links here instead of just doing the Twitter thread, but this is a low budget. If you want to just see a high budget material, give me money on Patreon. You know, hit me up. I feel like, you know, I'm allowed to ask this now without feeling slightly embarrassed. Give me money on Patreon if you want higher production value. But either way, Milwaukee police have now uploaded a new edited clip to YouTube. This one is 52 seconds, and they no longer highlight a spent cartridge from an officer's weapon as something thrown at officers. That's interesting. It's a portable water purifier. Ain't that interesting? Again, it's just one of those situations where it's like, remember when like cops will do these like big photo ops because they find like half an ounce of weed or something and like maybe a pistol, and they'll like do this big photo op. It's like, look what we did, and they'll like pose on like the fucking dinner table. This is the kind of shit that they do. It's just bizarre. To our peaceful protesters, we are sorry we had to deploy gas near the Lee Monument. Some RPD officers in that area were cut off by violent protesters. The gas was necessary to get them to safety. Chief Smith just reviewed video of gas being deployed by RPD officers near the Lee Monument and apologizes for the unwarranted action. These officers have been pulled from the field. They will be disciplined because their actions are outside department protocols and directions given. Again, they will always lie. This is why you need to film them. This is why the only things happen if they get caught in the lie. Right? If they lie, nothing happens. That's just part of the process. That's just your job. That's in their job description. Lie about it, that's their job. So, you know, it's just... you can't blame them for lying. That's why you have to film these motherfuckers. Seattle Police Department, of course. Again, I just made a video about them violating the 30-day tear gas ban when attacking a city councilwoman, so go watch that video. At about 7:30 p.m., demonstrators outside the East Precinct began moving barricades at 11th and Pine despite multiple requests from police to stop. Individuals began throwing rocks, bottles, and explosives at officers. Several officers injured due to improvised explosives. Does this look like a fucking improvised explosive, dude? It's a candle. This is a fucking candle, dude. Literally says it's a candle right there. It's a fucking candle. Like, come on, man. Like, seriously. This is more Seattle. Seattle Mayor Jenny Durkin announces 30-day ban on use of tear gas. Okay, like I said, I just mentioned this. Blast balls and chemical agents have been fired to break up crowd on Capitol Hill. Here's a better shot of the canisters Seattle PD were using on crowds last night. People in my stream said it wasn't tear gas, but it was pepper spray. Smoke. It def had a similar impact as the tear gas on me. Again, it's very likely that they just ran out of the superior tear gas and are just using some inferior quality. Either way, tear gas is a very loose qualification. You know, if it makes people cry, if it disperses crowds, it's tear gas. That's the definition. So again, large diameter flameless grenade that discharges a high volume of agent through multiple emission ports. The flameless expulsion series of grenade provide the best results when used indoors, but can also be used outdoors. Interesting, isn't that certainly very, very interesting? This is Austin Police Department. Again, this is just a quick cringe comp. You know, I made videos on some of these instances. Go check it out. Go browse what I got. You know, it's worth doing. We can't express enough how grateful we are to serve you, Austin. Our officers have always been working around the clock during these unprecedented times, and thank everybody who took the time to write and make our day a little brighter. Here we go. Gizmodo's Brian disagrees, called Austin TD to talk about it's a pile of thank you Talk about its pile of thank you letters, which all had the same handwriting. The PD claimed they were from kindergartners, but were reminded schools were closed. They then said, "We don't know who they are." In a phone call after just look at these again. In a phone call after Gizmodo requested clarification, a public information officer declined to identify the two people who delivered those letters. The officer claimed the APD are not aware of what community group, if any, was responsible for organizing the letter-writing campaign, and that the information concerning kindergartners was provided by two individuals who delivered the letters. "We don't know what school or what kindergartners," the officer admitted, later walking the claim back to state that calling some of the writers kindergarten-aged would be more appropriate. In the same call in which the PIO admitted, "We don't know who they are," they also staunchly denied the letter writers are themselves officers or related to officers. APD denied that the purpose of that posting the photos was in any way related to recent events. Of course, again, they will lie about everything and anything, okay? Here's another clip, or little, screenshot. I'll just read this out. "We hear your concerns. We hear you. We see you. We don't give a fuck about you. We use no pepper spray or CS gas during demonstration." Okay, buddy. The above tweet should have said, "We use no CS gas and minimal deployments of pepper spray. We apologize for the confusion." You just absolutely love to see it. Again, they're paid to lie. They are paid, trained, and expected to maximize damage to human life. Keep that in mind as you go about this. In the same way that philanthropy is a scam to make people think that slave owners are cool kids because they gave to the donations to charity, it's okay that we, fucking extract fucking slave labor from foreign countries for our fucking computer parts. That's fine. Let me just give a few $1,000,000 to this charity and everything's good. At Bill Gates, at Jeff Bezos. I have a question. I would love to interview you people. But again, these people, this is paid. They are paid to lie. It's all propaganda. Never, ever trust the police. Otherwise, you're a dork. Like, you are just a dork. Like, if you trust the cops, you're a dork. I'm sorry. Like, you're a nerd, and you should be stuffed in a locker. Thank you for watching. Go watch some of my previous videos. I got a new video series called Central Planning. It's kind of like a TV guide for this channel. I'm going to upload it as of this point twice a week. That's the current idea. If you have any ideas for that, if you have any recommendations, suggestions, let me know. Go watch these fuckers right here, right now. Thank you. I'm turning the video off. It's over.